welcome back. And if you're new, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you. So today we are going to go over a couple reads from last month. Okay. Um, excuse me. I'll do the two that I have digitally first. So the first one was Hooked by Emily McIntyre. I went ahead and changed my previous book that I had selected for that for my TBR last month. It was Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and there's like this plane thing in there. So I went with that. This one was really good. It was a fractured kind of fractured fairy tale, I guess you could say. It was Peter Pan based, and in this one, we have Hook, James, and he is after Peter and Peter's daughter, Wendy. Excuse me. And Hook, James, wants to kind of use the daughter to get back at Peter. It's this whole thing, and lots of stuff happens that like really makes it seem like definitely connected to Peter Pan, the original. It was good for what it was. It wasn't exact, but it was really good. Some people, like got a lot of the GoodReads reviews or whatever, they were like, no, 60% DNF, because like a lot of people say the first half was very like on point, but the second half just wasn't. But I enjoyed the whole thing. I read it very quickly, considering. I find that everything on my Kindle, I read a lot faster. I don't know what is up with that. Is that just me, or is that everybody? For some reason, you just read faster on Kindle. So, like I said, that one's good. And then there's, as of right now, there's two more Fractured Fairy Tales that are out. I'm not sure, like, what the names of them are and what they're based on, but I want to try the next one because I really enjoyed Emily's writing. So, we're going to stick with her and for a little while and see what else she does. So the next one was Made It to the Alien Beast by Ivy Sparks. And this one was kind of a Beauty and the Beast retelling. Basically, it is about Ellie, who is a human. Her mother passed and her father left them. Like, he went to Earth. Because in this instance, they are in space, and the humans are on what is called the Orion. And they live inside of it. They never get to go outside because they can't handle the air. Like, it's just not for them. But there is a place not too far from there which has the Endonians, I believe is how you say it. And they are fine in the air in their little kind of like castled country or whatever you want to call it. So what happens is Ellie's sister, I cannot think of her name right now. She's a teenager. She is very smart. She is trying, like, she's top of her class type thing. And her next step is to go to this off the space station that they're on or whatever, to a university type thing. And she got accepted, but now they have to pay for it. And her sister had just lost her job. And she's like, what am I going to do? Like, I need to get my sister out of here. So she goes dance to make some money, and then she is bought by a very powerful Endonian named Vorian. And Vorian basically purchases her and takes her off of the little space station thing because she needs to get away because of the way her job ended. So yeah, we have that story of them leaving, getting to know each other, the whole 9 yards, while we still have the teenager back on this space station that she's by herself, which that was kind of stupid. Understand, it's fiction, you gotta do what you gotta do, but why would you leave her there? That's the part I didn't get, but otherwise, it was a pretty good story, I'm not gonna lie. I liked it, I read it, and there are 2 more books in the series, so I might try it, I don't know. I don't really like sci-fi that much. It's hit and miss with certain things, but that one kind of kept kept my attention. It wasn't like too spacey where I didn't understand, too sciencey, you know. So I enjoyed that one. And then the other two books, well, no, I got one more that's digital I forgot about, and that is Still Lives by Maria Hummel. This was my Reese Witherspoon pick for the month. And this one was about Kim Lord, who is an artist, and she currently has her work on display at, I forgot the name of the museum, but it's like this really popular museum. And it's her last, like the thing she's putting out or whatever, it is dead women. Like she's posing as them, painting herself or whatever, or photographing. And like, it's kind of creepy when you think about it, but art, everybody looks at art differently. So anyway, it's time for her big opening night for her show, and she doesn't show up. So the girl who works there, Maggie, knows that she's dating Kim is dating Maggie's ex. So like, obviously she acts like, hey, whatever. Well, this woman's missing. So Maggie takes it upon herself to do a little true crime investigation, and we get to follow her to see what results, who's lying in the thing, and then on top of that, you kind of see like behind the scenes of how art happens, as in like the purchasing and the selling of it, how investors are kind of shady. Like you get to see the whole background of that, and that was pretty interesting. I don't know how real it was, but I felt like it kind of made sense, you know. So that was it for digital. As far as physicals, I had two, and that is The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. Okay, so this one, I didn't mind it, but it didn't mean the same to me as somebody who knew the Greek, like what it was retold from. Basically, you have Achilles and you have Patroclus, and they become friends, and furthermore, and so we follow their journey and see how Achilles interacts, and his mom is a goddess or whatever, so we get to kind of learn more about the gods and the goddesses, which is pretty cool, and how things go down with the war and how long it lasts and all this other stuff. But it was good for what it was. Now, can I compare it to the Greek mythology? No. I don't remember enough of that from high school to compare it. Like, I kind of remember about Achilles, but like not a whole lot. So I don't know. Would I have read it if it wasn't like this super hyped up book, kind of all over the internet? Probably not, but it was okay. I think I liked this one more than I did Circe, and I enjoyed Circe. That, again, didn't understand the whole mythology on that one because I don't remember all that, but it was a good one. Alright, and then the last one in this video we're going to talk about is Good Girl, Bad Blood by Holly Jackson. And this is the second book in A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. The first book, when I read it, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, I really, really enjoyed it. Like, I kept with it. I didn't have, like, any dull, I don't remember any dull moments with it. And I remember reading it pretty quick because I was kind of, I was in the story. However, this one took me a little bit longer to read. Like, it probably took me 2 weeks to read this little bitty old book. Because I think I might have waited too long in between the first one and the second one to kind of, like, get a grasp on everything that was going on. But basically, the first one was kind of its own book when it came to the murders she was solving. Because what it is, Pip, the main character, she had to do, like, a project for school, and she chose the murder case of 2 high schoolers, and she felt like the police didn't solve it correctly or whatever. Turns out she went ahead and, went through all the evidence, and we followed that journey. So when this book starts, it's a whole different thing. Like, this is about her really good friend's brother went missing, and the police don't want to do anything about it. And, they ask her, like, hey, can you do something? Because, she has a podcast, and she's helped with other stuff or whatever. And eventually she gives in. So they go on tracking down Jamie because they feel at this point something's wrong. Like there's no reason he would just run off like that and not be in touch, not come home. Something has to be going on. So we get to follow that in here, and like I said, once I kind of got to the juiciness of it, I really got into it, and it was great. But prior to that, it took a while. Once I hit probably a little bit over halfway, I just flew through the rest like in a few, like probably an hour or two, not even, with people interrupting me and all that stuff. You know, it took me a little while, but overall, I'm glad that I finished it and didn't DNF it. However, now I have the obstacle of there's one more book to this, and I already own it. It is called As Good as Dead. I need to read that very soon because I feel like if I don't and I let this story kind of go too far sideways, like, excuse me, I won't be interested in that one either. So hopefully I can get to it and read it maybe by the end of the month so it's still kind of fresh, because I don't want that to happen again, because like I said, I enjoyed the first one so much. I didn't want the second one to be like for me, but it kind of started out that way, but overall it redeemed itself because I got back into it, and that was my fault, not the author's fault. It was me for waiting too long, because it's been a while since I read the first one. So that's what I read. Did you read any of these? Did you like them? Let me know. Let's talk about them down below. So yeah, so now I am currently working on my September TBR. It's going okay, but I do keep getting distracted because I don't know if you guys know about Kendall Vella. Me and Kendall Vella have become friends, and Kendall Vella is, I think you have to have Kindle Unlimited with it. I'm not 100% sure. But regardless, basically what it is like authors can release episodes, kind of like a chapter or whatever, if you want to look at it that way. And I found 2 stories that I really liked, and I'm going back and forth, but it's costing me so much money. So I'm thinking after I finish these 2 stories, I might give it a rest for a while because it's going to start to get expensive. They give you the first 3 chapters free on any story you select. And then they give you 200 coins, like tokens, for free to kind of keep you going with the story. But then when you run out of tokens and there's still like 50 episodes left, they're like, hi, go ahead and purchase some more tokens from us. And it's like $9.99 for 770 tokens. I've already bought a few packs of tokens, and it's starting to, I need to finish these stories, like, but they're so good, and there's all kinds of categories and stuff. So if you haven't checked it out, check it out. You might like it. You can get, like I said, a couple episodes. 3 of them are free, and they give you 200 coins for free. If not, you might become addicted like me, because like I can't stop reading these stories. So anyway, my kid decided to pull out her clarinet, so let me go ahead and see what's going on over there, and I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye, y'all.